Hi friends, Debbie here with Debbie Gets Crafty, and I wanted to show you a little video today, show you a little something that, the holidays are coming up and it's my favorite time of year, especially to craft. I love making little ornaments and, doing paintings and stuff. So I wanted to show you some of the tools that I use when I do some crafting with popsicle sticks. Popsicle sticks crafting is my favorite, especially this time of year. If you've seen some previous videos, I do make mention that I make these little popsicle sticks, nutcracker ornaments. And they're really cute, and I will be showing a video on how to make them, a tutorial. But I wanted to show you just some of the items that I use when I craft my Christmas decorations for my Christmas tree or to give as gifts. So the one thing that I want to start out with, you always have to have a glue. Well, I do, at least. I don't know, you can use any type of glue, but I like to use a hot glue gun when I work on my crafts. And I just recently, for my birthday, received this as a gift from my wonderful husband, and it's a cordless hot glue gun that he got from Amazon. And it's a really nice hot glue gun. Let me show you. It's got its own little stand that detaches. So you can either use the stand on the front to stand it up that way, or you can attach this little base and stand it upright like that. And it's cordless. It comes with its own USB cable that you plug in and you charge it up. And it's really a nice, comfortable grip. And I wanted to show you what it comes with. It comes with, of course, that USB cable that I was telling you about. And it also comes with sorry about that. It comes with some clear glue sticks and also some glitter glue sticks. So that'll be fun. You can always use that to decorate. So these are really great little glue sticks, and they go with the Bleds hot glue gun. So that's something that I always feel is very important. I used to use the real cheap glue guns, and they work for me. I still have one that I use occasionally, but this one is going to be, is going to start being my #1 hot glue gun. So for me, crafting, especially when I'm doing my popsicle sticks and such, I always like to have a hot glue gun handy. So this is my hot glue gun. And then this little container carries just about everything that I would use to make my popsicle stick decorations. Of course, you always have to have a ruler. This is a basic ruler. I don't even know where I got it from. But you never know when you might need a ruler. I always like to have a little sponge handy. If you notice, I don't know if you can tell, I had cut at one time a little tiny portion of the corner, and I actually used that little piece that I cut and dipped it in some paint to give a little textured effect on a project that I was working on. So, it's always good to have a sponge. I can even cut this in half, and, if I needed to use a wet sponge to dampen, something like a paintbrush or something like that, to clean off a paintbrush, I could always use that. And, little sponge, that's just something I have, a little go-to in my little craft box. These are the backs of, sometimes you can get like little notepads that, just the little blank notepads. And sometimes they have the little cardboard backing on them. I actually keep these, and because they've come in handy when I do these crafts. When I make my popsicle stick crafts, what I do with them is to give them some support. Sometimes I'll put pieces of cardboard backing on to give them some support. Now the back of my ornaments don't look all that great, but we'll when we do the tutorial, I'll show you some things that I do just to neaten them up a little bit. They're not fancy by any means. They're more rustic looking, but I keep these little paper cardboard backings from the notepads, and I tell you, they really come in handy. So I have these. Of course, I always have my Elmer's school glue. You can use any glue that you choose. It just happened to be Elmer's that I picked up. I'm not sponsored at all by Elmer's, but it's a great glue, and a little goes a long way. It dries clear. It goes on white, but it dries clear, and it's washable, and it's a really nice little glue to have. And I use this when I glue on, like if I'm working with, yeah, I can't even say it, glitter. I put a thin layer of the Elmer's glue on to whatever I want to put the glitter on, and I sprinkle a little glitter. It dries clear, and it's a nice little glue. So I always have some white glue on hand as well. Let's see here. I have a bazillion paintbrushes of every size, shape, form, the different, you know, synthetic, natural, I mean, you name it, I have it. I even have some of the foam paint applicators as well. They're always good to have. You never know what type of applicator you may need. And I always have a variety of brushes on hand from different projects that I've done through the years. And some are the thicker, you know, the wider brushes. Some are the real thin. And I even use sometimes the base of the paintbrush, because I can always dip that into some paint. Dip this in the little base of it in some paint, and it makes like a little dot. You can make a little dot on whatever you're painting. So I've actually done that as well. So, but I mean, I've collected these throughout the years. They come from different painting kits, and you know, we bought sets of brushes, and so it's always good to have some paint brushes on hand. And of course, your sponge applicators, really great to have when it comes time to decorating. Of course, I like to have a little utility knife. You know, they come in all shapes and sizes. This is a very old one that I've had. I mean old. I don't even remember when I got it or where I got it. But it always comes in handy if you need to, you know, score something. So that's my little utility cutter. Of course, I have popsicle sticks. My husband gave me this package for my birthday because he knew I was going to be making some projects. So, but not only did I have these, once I started going through my crafting supplies, I found out that I had a half of a package that I opened up to do projects, and a full package that's not even been opened of popsicle sticks. I must have more popsicle sticks than a popsicle factory, but that's okay. They'll be put to good use eventually. So good popsicle sticks. Of course, I'm dropping things next to me. All right, and then now I'm a very messy painter. I'm a very messy crafter. So I always like to have a stack of paper towels. I just get the real cheap paper towels and just stack them up, and this is what I use when I clean my brushes off. I'll scrape them, you know, I'll wipe them on here and just get the dampness off of them. But I always keep them because, listen, I reuse and rewrap, and so I'm cheap, so I don't let anything go. And I even tear some off if I have to dab something. And I always keep extras, you know. So this is my little cleanup paper towels. And I even keep pieces of wax paper or parchment paper available. And I'll tell you why. When I put glitter on something, I will pour the glitter over I'll put my project on the wax paper, and I'll pour the glitter over the wax paper. Now, if you notice, it's already folded, which creates a nice little well. And then when I'm done with whatever I'm putting glitter on and I shake the glitter off, I'm able to, with this, pour it back into my container of glitter. And this way I don't waste anything. I've had this glitter for years, and I just keep, I'll pour it over my project and then funnel it back into whatever's not used. It funnels back into my little containers. So I always have some wax paper folded up that I can go ahead and pour glitter on. Then I have some foam pieces here. These, I think I got these at the Dollar Tree. And when I make my little toy soldiers, I actually cut their little hats out, if you could tell. If you could tell the little shape of a hat, the little rounded hat. It's not perfect, but it really looks cute. But I cut them with the foam and I put them on. And as you can tell, you can get many, many uses out of one piece of foam. And I also have used it, the red, there's some red, there's some orange in here and some yellow. I've used it for my little fireplace ornament that I make with popsicle sticks to make the flames. Really cute. But it comes in a package of 32. I don't know if they still sell these. Again, I've had these for years, but you can always find stuff like this at the Dollar Tree. And it comes in just, you know, handy, just not just for what I use it for, but for zillions of other projects. And then we have here, of course, some more of our, I'm telling you, I'm a hoarder when it comes to craft supplies. Of course, our foam brushes. Now, you're probably wondering, what the heck, Debbie, you have a little nail kit here. Well, I tell you, sometimes I might need to use a little tiny pair of scissors to cut something. Honestly, these work really well when I cut my foam. To get around really tight, like if you're cutting something that is really, really intricate, these little scissors here, the little cuticle scissors, I love using them. And then of course, if you might need to, you know, clip a thread or something like that, these little nail clippers work just fine. And then also the nail files. Believe it or not, these little nail files come in handy. I actually use these nail files when I cut popsicle sticks, and these emery boards as well. When I cut popsicle sticks, you know, sometimes they can be, the edges can be a little sharp. And I'm going to show you something right now. This happens to be a bag with a bunch of pre-cut and pre-glued popsicle sticks. This is actually, believe it or not, will turn into a little nutcracker ornament. And so what I do is when I cut, because you do have to cut some of the pieces, when they are cut, let me see here if I have, I do. I have a little bag with some pre-cut in here. Sometimes when you cut them, the edges might be a little sharp. Well, I tell you, these little emery boards come in really handy for just rounding off and softening those edges. And, you know, sometimes when you cut them, they don't cut so like clean. So what I'll do is I'll just run the emery board over them and just soften the edges a little bit. And it really works out nicely. And it creates a little bit of a softer edge, not so sharp, and it neatens up right there on that tip where you cut. So I always have these emery boards available and handy. I have to get some new ones for my projects this year, but I tell you, it really works out. And then, like I said, I have some pre-made already, and I'm going to show you. I don't hide anything. I'm not neat, honestly. I'm not the neatest crafter. So this is what it'll look like from behind. But we can coat it with a nice coat of black you know, paint or something, and it'll cover it up a little bit. It won't be perfect, but, you know, I mean, if you figure a way that you can neaten it up in the back, that's fine. Do what you want to do. But I just put this support on here. I glue them together, but I support it in the back, so this way it's a little more sturdy. And so that's, you know, that's what the soldier will look like. Actually, it's that way. That's what the soldier is going to look like, and then we'll paint them and such. But I will have a tutorial on how to make these, and they're just really easy to make. And they're really fun, and they look so cute when they're done. So that is, and then of course, I have another emery board. Honestly, they come in so handy. And then last but not least, I do decorate with glitter. Now, I know not everybody is a fan of glitter, and honestly, I've had these little 4 packages of glitter. I got this from the Dollar Tree years ago, and I have done many projects with this glitter. And I'll tell you something, I still have over half of bottles of each of these glitters, because it doesn't take much, and it's a really nice fine glitter, and it really creates nice sparkle, especially when you put something on the Christmas tree with the lights. It really sparkles so cute. And again, it's not for everybody. You know, you decorate your items the way you like to. I like to use a little splash of glitter every now and again. So that's what I have in my little crafting kit. Now also, I have my paints that I use. And I always have a little piece of cardboard, you know, just in case I need it to stabilize my little, and I use just a basic plastic little container. I don't even know where this came from, but I said, you know what, you look great for putting paint in, so that's what I use. Nothing fancy about me, folks. And then of course I have some more brushes here that I've used for my painting, and then I have some assortment of paints that I use when it comes time to painting my wooden soldiers, or my, you know, or my fireplaces that I make, or any project that I'm doing. I always have a nice assortment of paints. So that is what I use when it comes time for me to start crafting for Christmas decorations. And I will be starting to put some tutorials up on making the little nutcracker soldiers and the little fireplace ornament that I have. And I certainly hope you join me. I certainly hope you've enjoyed this little breakdown of my little crafting kit. And until I see you again, please, friends, take care of yourselves. Look after your friends, your family, your neighbors, and of course, all pets of any kind. And until I see you again and we craft some more, I want to say thank you and have a great day. Goodbye now.